When and where was the shoot?
The shoot took place at my house grounds. We did it on the 15th of January 2015. This mainly focused in areas such as the woodland around my house and in the caravan, which is the main area which our sequence will be shot.
What scenes were we focusing on? We were mainly focusing on the scenes building up to Darren being in the caravan. Therefore, we had to film inside the woodlands areas and along the trees. It included focus shots and some complex angled and track shots, which were difficult to start off with, but through editing we've got past that now. So George, what was your individual contribution to the shoot?
During the shoot we would be required to use equipment such as the track and dolly, tripod and a spare camera as well. So I sorted out transportation for all of this, as well as picking Harry up and taking him to the location at Tom's house.
Tom, your individual contribution?
Well, before you two group members arrived, I gathered all the props that we would need and took them up to the caravan, which was the place where we would be filming and around filming. This included stuff like some parts of the costumes, like a mask and a bag, some tools. I also made sure you guys had sufficient directions.
Yep, so my individual contribution, well, in the first place I had to email one of our teachers so that we can get the equipment available for the shoot, such as the tripod and the camera, which we didn't in the end need to use because we have our own camera in Tom. Also, I was acting throughout the shoot, so but occasionally if we kind of didn't know what to do for the next shot, I helped and put my ideas into doing that. I also bought the cargo trousers for my character, as well as the coat and the hiking boots. To what extent did our storyboard help us?
Our storyboard actually provided the foundation for our filming that day. It basically gave us the shots we needed instead of forcing us to look around to find the shots at the time. So it actually saved us a lot of time and enabled us to get a lot more footage.
So, what do you think worked particularly well?
I liked the track shots. I know some of them were a bit bumpy, but I thought they looked really high quality.
Show great potential.
Level 4. I liked the focus shots we used, so like from the caravan and then Harry's character.
Yeah, what I thought worked particularly well was just how we kind of got on with it. If we couldn't kind of think of what to do, or the shots weren't going as we wanted them to, we persevered and stuck in there and kept going, as we only had a limited amount of time to do the shots. What were the challenges of this particular shoot?
We faced a lot of challenges in regards to the time in which it took to shoot. We were aiming to get the majority of the shoot done, but we only managed around 45%. Also, we struggled to make some shots work, such as the tracking shots. We faced challenges through setting up the track right so it would be stable, but as Tom said before, we sorted that through the editing process afterwards.
Yeah.
We had to repeat quite a few shots over and over again. Like there were some technical difficulties, such as batteries needed to be replaced, so the shots weren't as good, weren't as high quality as we were expecting. So that took us a while to get them to the highest quality.
Yeah, also in our treatment we kind of wanted Darren to be walking through the woods before he kind of came across the caravan for warmth. But the problem was, at Tom's house, unfortunately there isn't much woodland, and some places where we wanted to shoot was unfortunately flooded on that day, so we had to adapt and kind of change our plan and make the most of what we had. So for instance, there were only a few trees, but we adapted that and so that the camera could kind of picture that there was more trees than what there actually were, so it's like the illusion of reality. How will you use this experience to inform your next shoot?
We learned that preparation would be vital in much more depth than we did for the first shoot, because it just cost us so much time that, spending 15 to 20 minutes on one shot we can't let that sort of happen again.
Yeah.
When we could be gathering better shots and getting on with the story.
We also we had to make sure that all of our shots were continuous, so that obviously the final piece would look realistic. And we had some challenges with the character looking different in different shots, such as a hood up and a hood down. So in preparation for our next shoots, we just need to make sure that
Get the specific details of it right.
Yeah, I think the same, but I also think we need to kind of write down exactly what shots we need to do before we get there, so we can get there straight away, set up, and then do the shots we need and be efficient, because I think that time management, as George said, is very key, and there's no point spending 30 minutes on one shot and 2-3 minutes on the other one, rushing it. We need to be efficient and work well together as a team.
Yeah.